Okay, people. This is April 13, 2018. I'm going to title this video, Was it Premeditated / ShaMay on display? So it's a two-part video. It's not a video I want to do, people. Okay? So, here's an update on ShaMay first. She's on life support. And her brain is swollen. Not parts here or part there. It's the whole brain. Which has affected her heart, her liver, her kidneys, her lungs. There's something else in there. Her brain. Half her organs are damaged. So her prognosis is not good. Right? The things that I'm going to say is exactly how I've been interpreting the interactions with the professionals that I'm coming into contact with regarding the circumstances of my daughter at the Surrey Memorial Hospital, British Columbia, Canada. Which is like starting to be like a deja vu in regards to what happened to Uncle John. Because people aren't being forthright. They're lying. They're misleading us. They're not listening to the family. They're basically doing what they want. And while they do that, people, they've got my daughter on display. I've called them on it today. I called it. They're watching my videos. Do what you want, because it's obvious that these people just don't care. Right? The duty of care is by the doctor. The doctor's got the duty of care. While the team, the healthcare team, makes the decision as to who gets to go in and out of ShaMay's room. So in other words, as long as you got a name, it doesn't matter what the name is. You could be impersonating one of the family members, or you could just go in with a fake name, or you could just go in with your own name. It really wouldn't matter what name you used. You could just go in and say, I'm ShaMay's friend. I'm here to visit her. And because you got a smile on your face and you're nice and polite, everybody there will just let you mosey on in and get your gawk on. You know, gawk on ShaMay, hooked up with 8 different freaking machines with 25 different tubes, you know, as they're saying, look at what a wonderful job that we're doing, saving ShaMay, even though there's a high probability that ShaMay is brain dead. As subliminally, people, subliminally, not coming right out and saying it, but in a very roundabout way, that somehow ShaMay had done this to herself because there was cocaine in her system that was mixed with fentanyl that somehow crept up on her after the cocaine wore off, because she's an addict of some kind, because she must have been. The cocaine was in her system. And it was the fentanyl that brought on the overdose after the cocaine wore off, which ShaMay did to herself. And therefore, doesn't matter what the family says in terms of only certain people can go there, only certain people can be approved to go there, and only certain people can bring certain people there, in other words, of the family. Right? ShaMay's brothers and sisters. Hold on a minute. Okay, people. In the war room, it's 5:57 in the morning, April 14, 2018. I don't know what I was saying because I got distracted, but I want to keep this short, people. Basically, it's starting up with Fraser Health Authority again and their fucking staff. They're playing games, people. They're playing games to the point where my son and I and my kids that are remaining are completely livid, and we're so upset with the fact that we specifically asked staff, more than one, including the social worker, right, to not allow visitors into ShaMay's room, okay, unless approved by us, as in terms of I'm the mother, he's the brother, she's the sister, right? And that the sister, Tisha, would bring the friends to visit ShaMay. And if need be, we could put them on a list so that they could come back on their own. Like Mary, Auntie Mary. Auntie Mary was coming yesterday to bring a pastor with her, right? And Tisha couldn't come. So we said Auntie Mary can go in with the pastor because the pastor wanted to pray. Anyway, regardless of what I asked, my daughter goes to the hospital yesterday, walks into the room, and who does she see? Well, sorry, she walked into the hospital, and who does she see running through the halls? First, the father of Amari, after we specifically told staff to not let anybody in, including him, unless approved by us. Anyway, long story short, he ends up being in the room, visiting ShaMay, as well as two other people, with one of those people ShaMay doesn't like and doesn't want to talk to them, doesn't have no relationship with anymore, because the girl was doing coke and prostituting, and ShaMay didn't want that in her life, right? So she said, I'm not your friend, you know, hasn't talked to the girl for a long time, months and months and months. And, you know, instead of going off prostituting and smoking crack or snorting it or whatever, she's registering for school. But this girl is sitting in ShaMay's room because staff at the Surrey Memorial Hospital allowed it to happen, after they were specifically told not to allow it to happen. So, of course, I hear about it, right? And I phone up the day acting social workers, because there's two of them now, right? The one I seen yesterday, not today, but yesterday, and the one that I talked to, the one that I talked to yesterday and the one that I talked to, there's two. My daughter's been in there for 4 days. I've met one social worker, said, I don't want anybody in the room, da-di-di-da-da. And then the second day, a new social worker came on and was letting anyone walk in off the fucking street, basically. Right? Because my daughter seen it. If she wouldn't have shown up, she wouldn't have known about it. Right? Okay, so there you go. So now my family is feeling insulted. We're feeling completely insulted, people. I feel like my daughter is on display. Display to promote the ICU unit. Because when I first came there and I seen my daughter on these machines, they were more interested in, look how well we're looking after her. You know, because it's shocking. She's got like 8 different machines hooked up to her, if not more. Right? And, you know, we're telling them not to have people come in, right? They're saying, yeah, okay, don't worry, we won't. We will respect your wishes as a family, as a mother, right? As your biological, as ShaMay's biological mother, we'll respect your wishes. But you go back the next fucking day, 2 days. You go back 2 days later, and you find 3 people in there that shouldn't even be there. Well, the new social worker is defending that action against Tisha and her friend by saying, oh, but ShaMay wants that. Because my younger daughter said, we told you not to do that. And then the social worker said, oh, but ShaMay wants that. ShaMay wants to have these people in the room visiting her. But yet, ShaMay's brain is still swelling. So they didn't put a shunt in, people. They never gave her emergency brain operation. They've been leaving her brain swell for the last 3 days. Which just causes more and more damage, as they're telling me that her lungs are damaged, her liver is damaged, her kidneys are damaged, her what else is damaged? There's like 5 things that are damaged. Lungs, kidney, liver, brain, and heart. They listed those 5 things that are all damaged, as her brain is still swollen and nobody's done anything to relieve the pressure in terms of adding a shunt or giving her an emergency brain surgery to relieve that pressure. As they're parading my daughter to anybody that walks through the door and says, well, my name is Assgrass, I'm a nice person, I want to come in and see ShaMay. So Assgrass gets to go in there and go sit down and visit fucking ShaMay. Maybe take a little Facebook fucking picture, you know, post it on Facebook, right? You know, who knows? Well, we're sitting at home thinking that my daughter's safe. Right? I said to the workers, I want it quiet for her. In terms of, I trust you, what you're doing for my daughter. My daughter is fine. She doesn't need these people coming in and seeing her. Unless approved by us. Oh, but no. Apparently ShaMay wants all these visitors, even though she's considered brain something at this point. So there you go, people. We're back on that. The family is being hostile. I said that to the social worker. Why did you do that? So you can write down in your fucking files that we're being hostile? Because when I first heard about it and he called me, because I tried to call him, I got so angry, I said, fuck it, I'm just taking it to another fucking lawsuit, and I hung up the phone. Serious people. Like I'm going back to the courthouse. Right? Fucking Tuesday morning. Not only to deal with my grandson, because I went to court on freaking, what was it, Thursday. Right? And got an interim guardianship order. Right? Now I'm going to go on Tuesday to deal with that. Plus, I'm going to find out how I can get back my parental rights over my daughter's body. Right? Because at the rate that they're going, they might as well just put her on the fucking road with her fucking machines, let everybody drive by and look at her. And being that she's in cold storage right now, right? They got her fucking like in a fucking ice pack saying that it's good for her. It helps to heal the brain, even though the brain is still swelling. The only thing they did for the fucking brain was put her in cold storage. No shunts, no surgery, nothing. As they're parading her around with a bunch of fucking strangers that she doesn't even fucking like. Right? Trying to make it so that it looks like she had a relationship with the father, and that's why he's allowed in, because she had a relationship with him. She was in a common law relationship. No, people, she wasn't in a common law relationship. So why are they sitting there saying, well, she must have been because she told us that her boyfriend's allowed to come in and visit. That's what she says. That's what she wants. We're the team. We know what she wants. And since you're not around very much, because you're a negligent mother, we're just going to bring in who we want because chances of us getting caught are nil to none. So they could have had 100 people go through my daughter's room by now and I wouldn't even fucking know about it. Okay? Well, she's in cold storage, which makes me think she's up on the auction block for fucking organ harvesting. Makes me want to go in there and start pulling this shit off her and see if she's got any fucking organs left. Because for all I know, they could be taking them out as they're selling them, considering what kind of society we live in and how morbid it is. Right? As they're lying to my family, bold-faced fucking lying, up in their face, bold-faced lying. And then my son called him on it. But he's agitated, he's aggressive, he's hostile. Oh, geez, we're just trying to look after ShaMay because we love ShaMay. Look what we've done for ShaMay. Look, we're giving her the best that we can. As we're stabbing the family in the fucking back. And then writing down in our professional files, oh, the family's hostile. They don't know what gives them the right to come in and tell us what to do. And when they're called on it, they're telling my 20-year-old pregnant daughter, right, that, ShaMay wants these visitors. They're telling my distraught son, who hasn't even cried yet, right, that the only thing that I can do for ShaMay is give medical profession. Just the medical stuff. Right? You know, does she need to have her heart jumped? You know, I gave him permission to do that. Keep her alive. Keep her on the machines. That's all. That's all they needed me for. My son called him on it. Well, what about the emotional, psychological, that kind of stuff? You know, am I not entitled to have a say in that? No. Because they got her on parade right now, people. Fraser Health Authority. Andrew. Are you looking for an organ, Andrew? You're so fucking overweight. ShaMay's not a junkie, even though your hospital has tried to suggest in a subliminal way that whatever she died of, in terms of an overdose of fentanyl, mixed in with cocaine, was by her choice. So it's irrelevant what the family wants. Because they're going to do what they want with the body anyway. And being that she's not an addict, her body is clean. Even if they destroy a few of her organs like her heart, her liver, her kidney, right? That kind of stuff. They still have the eyeballs. They have the skin. They have the pituitary gland. They have all kinds of shit that they can go off and fucking do things with. So she's in cold storage until the game runs out. As they quite possibly, in a morbid kind of way, could be picking and choosing and taking them out, covering them up, and then allowing the family to come in and think that they have some fucking say in it. After you walk out the door, and then they start sneaking in the looky-loos. They're sneaking in the looky-loos, right? And they're sneaking in the donors. Oh, look how well we've done this, you know. Oh, by the way, we got a little something on the side here for sale. It's a clean body. You know, it's not an addict that we're dealing with here. You need skin? We got skin. You need eyeballs? We got eyeballs. This is where I'm at, people, with this. This is what this fucking stupid fucking hospital has brought within less than 4 days to my family. They are not keeping ShaMay on life support for the family. They are not keeping ShaMay on life support for ShaMay. They are keeping ShaMay on life support for their fucked up games and some morbid profit that they're going to get from it because they saved ShaMay when everyone damn well knows that ShaMay is dead. And even if she recovers, oh, people. Oh, yes, on a final note, because I don't want to go on with this too much, okay? They're cutting down the sedation that they have her on to keep her in the coma so they can keep her cold to bring down the swelling in the brain, which hasn't worked yet. Because they never did anything else. That's all they did. They didn't go to option 2. They didn't go to option 3. Because I don't think there was ever any intent to save ShaMay once they fucking walked her out the fucking door. Because if that was the case, I would think she would have a shunt. I would think that they would have given her emergency brain surgery to relieve the pressure, the swelling, outside of just leaving it swell and keep giving her CAT scans, moving her around, but nobody can see how they're doing it. Moving her from operating room to operating room, but nobody gets to fucking see that. You go to see your daughter, and you gotta stand outside and wait until the nurses are done. Then you get to go see her. Oh, look how pretty she looks. But you don't get to see what's underneath the blanket. As they're sneaking in their fucking whoever, clientele, looky-loos, leave your donation out the door. When you're going out the door, don't forget to leave your donation for the IC unit. As the parent and the family are completely oblivious to that idea in terms of you ask them not to have people come in, you would think that they would respect that and nobody would be allowed to go in. Because before people should be allowed to go in, we should be finding out what the hell happened to her. But it's like, you know, the hospital is an opportunist. Oh, clean body coming in. Overdose, perfect. We can make $650,000 after it's all said and done, just on fucking body parts. Mother won't know. Family won't know. And we'll not even get in another $200,000 donation to build onto our IC unit. Because we've been putting ShaMay out for fucking display for anybody and everybody to come by and see. So now I gotta go to court for this, people, and stand in front of a judge and say this to the judge when Fraser Health Authority and their fucking dragon Andrew is gonna show up and say, well, we got this court case from 1962, and it says here that blah, 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 and so therefore she's bound to fail because this court case, even though it's not related to what's going on with ShaMay, says so!